Have you ever been there, drowning in a sea of browser tabs, trying to figure out what to buy? Well, some huge news just dropped in the AI world that might just change how you shop for good. A brand new feature has been released that basically acts as your personal shopping researcher for, well, pretty much anything.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll cover what this new shopping assistant is all about. Then we'll dive into what it can actually do for you. After that, we'll peek under the hood at how it works, the tech that's making it all happen, and we'll tackle that really important question of trust. And finally, we'll look ahead. What does this mean for the future of how we all shop?
All right, so let's get right into the headline news. What is this big announcement? There's a new feature called Shopping Research. The goal here is to get rid of that feeling of being totally overwhelmed by endless reviews and spec sheets. It's designed to be a personal assistant that does all of that heavy lifting for you. And here's the best part. It's rolling out to pretty much everyone. If you're a logged-in user, whether you're on your phone or on the web, you can use it. It doesn't matter what plan you have. And to kick things off, they're offering almost unlimited use through the holiday season, which is pretty cool.
So, okay, that's the big idea. But what kind of real-world shopping problems can this thing actually solve? What can you do with it?
Well, for starters, it's built for those really tough side-by-side comparisons. I mean, think about it. Instead of having, 10 different browser tabs open trying to compare specs, you can just ask it to break down the pros and cons of each model for you. Simple as that.
But it's not just about specs and numbers. They can actually get creative and personal. You can throw it a curveball like this, and it'll brainstorm gift ideas that are not only thoughtful, but, maybe even a little funny. And you can get super specific with what you're asking for. You can give it a picture for inspiration, ask for a style change like making it full length, and give it a hard budget. It'll then go out and hunt down similar items that actually fit all your criteria.
So just to sum it up, it's really designed to handle the whole shopping journey, from that first spark of an idea and discovering new products to finding lookalikes, comparing your options, brainstorming gifts, and even sniffing out deals and discount codes. It's meant to help you from start to finish.
So that's what it can do. But what's it actually like to use it? How does the whole research process work from your end?
It's basically a simple three-step conversation. First, you just describe what you're looking for, and it'll ask you some questions to narrow things down, like your budget or what features you care about. Then, and this is the cool part, as it shows you things, you get to guide it in real time. You can tell it more like this, or nope, not interested. And finally, it takes all that feedback and puts together a personalized buyer's guide just for you. And it can get even smarter over time. See, if you have the memory feature turned on, it learns from your old chats. So for example, if it knows from past conversations that you're a gamer and you ask it to find you a new laptop, it'll automatically factor that in without you even having to mention it this time around.
Okay, so what's the magic that's powering all of this? Let's take a quick look under the hood.
So this feature runs on a model they're calling GPT-5 Mini. Now this isn't that giant do-everything version. It's a smaller, much more specialized model. It's been specifically trained and fine-tuned for one job and one job only, getting really, really good at shopping-related tasks.
And that special training taught it some really key skills. It knows how to read and pull information from trusted, high-quality websites. It knows how to cite its sources so you can go check the info for yourself. It can pull details from a bunch of different places and put them into one easy-to-read summary. And maybe most importantly, it learned how to change its research on the fly based on your feedback.
Now, with any kind of tool that's helping you spend money, trust is absolutely key. So let's get into the fine print. What are the promises and what are the limitations you need to know about?
So, on the promise side of things, there's a big commitment to privacy. Your chats are not being shared with retailers. The results are supposed to be organic, just pulled from public retail sites, and it's designed to show you its sources and avoid spammy junk. But they're also being really upfront about the limitations. The model isn't perfect. It can make mistakes on product details, and things like price and availability can change in a flash, so that info might not always be 100% accurate.
So the most important takeaway here, the one thing you really need to remember is to treat this as an amazing research tool, but always click through to the actual store's website to check the final, most accurate details before you decide to buy anything.
This is obviously just the beginning, so where does a technology like this go from here? What's on the horizon?
Well, at its heart, the ultimate goal is pretty straightforward: to cut through all the noise and make the whole experience of finding the right product way simpler and more intuitive for everybody.
Looking ahead, we can probably expect it to get a lot better at understanding our personal tastes, cover way more product categories, and find even smarter ways to help us compare items. But the real game changer The thing to really watch for is the potential to one day let you buy things directly inside the chat.
And all of this leads to one final, big thought. As these tools get more and more powerful, the line between just doing research, having conversation, and actually buying something is starting to get really blurry, which leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to think about. Will your next big purchase be guided by an AI?